Mic check, 1, 2. What is happening, people? What is happening? Got a few things to talk about today. First things first, give yourselves a big round of applause for showing up and leaving a like. Appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that like button as you come in. Shout out to everybody that's here, by the way. It is Monday. It is August 23rd. Welcome to the birthday stream of the Porch Light Podcast. And I have already had 2 mimosas. I started at 8 o'clock this morning, and I am currently on a 3rd mimosa. Hold on. Now, what is a mimosa? Orange juice and champagne. That's what it is. So, shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody that's going to be listening later. Big shout out to the RGT podcast. I saw Big Cloud streaming Mass Effect yesterday. He looked like he was having a good time. So yeah, go ahead and there's a poll going right now. Should folks stop speculating on Sony's next event? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to give you the Halo thing. What in the world is going on with Halo? As somebody that's actually plays Halo. The Ghost of Tsushima or Tsushima. I keep hearing people calling it Tsushima. I think it's pronounced Tsushima. T and S in Japan is Su. I think the T is silent. But that I went ahead and got that for my birthday. The Herman Hulst speaking out, talking about reiterating a lot of things in his interview on what Sony's going to be doing and what they're looking for when they acquire studios. And also this mess with Game Pass. I know it was a hot topic last week. I'm catching up because I wasn't I was at work. Needless to say, I work in the medical field, and we've been busy lately. We slowed down for about 3 months there. We caught our breaths, and we're back at it again. But shout out to everybody that's here. Let me give a shout out here to Win Sweet. Appreciate the birthday wish, Win Sweet. Thank you, my man. King Boo, what's up? What's happening? Thank you. Sends a birthday cake. Two Virgil says, well, a boomer's birthday. No, I'm not a boomer. Gen X, not a boomer. J Love, what's happening? So Chili Hog says, happy birthday. Appreciate it, Chili Hog. Chili Hog, you've been here for a while, man. I appreciate you being here, brother. Let me go ahead and mod Chili Hog on up here. He's been here. Also, shout out, we hit 1560 subscribers. So we hit 1560 subscribers. So shout out to everybody that's been here, whether you're brand new or whether you're brand new or you're old school. Shout out to you for sticking by. So Jeff B Gaming, how you doing, Jeff? Certainly hope you're having a good Monday. Says TKRDS. What's happening? What is happening? Let's see here. What else is here? Oh, Spartan God, the almighty Spartan God. How you doing, brother? Certainly hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well. So, yes. Felice. Yes, I appreciate it. So, Merry times. So, I have not downloaded Call of Duty Alpha Vanguard. So, like I said, I've been a little busy. So go ahead and leave your comments if you want a PlayStation event. And should people, more importantly, should people stop speculating on it? I was able to listen to another podcaster. I listened to MBG, and I listened to him. And during his podcast, he said he was done pretty much speculating about it. Because it does make people, and I'm paraphrasing him. He said it kind of makes him look stupid when he says that, ABC said that they were going to have an event. Jeff Grubb said this, and Robert Serrano, whatever his name was, said that. And these guys go ahead and run with that because it's what they want. But what I like about MBG, what I like about him yesterday was that he admitted in his own stream that he is putting out what he wants to happen. And he said, he makes PlayStation content. So he's putting out, I'm paraphrasing him, he's putting out what he wants. And I mean, guys, you can go to Sony and sign up to their press release. I mean, everybody can do that. You don't need any special permission. And you can do that yourselves. And when you do that yourselves, you just wake up and you look at the press release, and that's what's going on. That's it. You know, that saves yourself a ton of hurt. But let me put you on to a young man who has been the most accurate about what PlayStation and Sony is doing, along with what AMD is doing. And it's a brother named, it's a young brother. Y'all know who it is. It's Hip Hop Gamer. Just sub to Hip Hop Gamer, whether he's on Twitter or his YouTube. I think he has a YouTube page. Sub to Hip Hop Gamer, because he is the most accurate that I've been listening to on what's going to happen next with Sony. He came on, shout out to Marlin Gaming Nation. Hip Hop Gamer came on Marlin Gaming Nation a couple of times. He's been on RGT, and he told everybody, yeah, he's the one that told us that Sony was going to have, Sony and AMD, or AMD more specifically, was working on something similar to the DSLL or DLSS, whatever you want to call it, stuff that's that we got now. I mean, he was talking about it last year, guys. So realistically, if he you know, if he says there's going to be an event, then I would buy stock in what he says. But if he's not talking about it, then I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, I try to stay away from speculation. There are some fun things to speculate against. I like doing what if. I do have some information on the Eternals. We're going to be talking about that on Friday. People wanted to know like who the Eternals are and where their place is in Marvel and stuff like that. And we'll talk about that on Friday. That's no problem. That is no problem. Also, there are some things that have leaked about the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. I believe, yeah, Can't Go Home, whatever it is. Can't Go Home trailer, I'm sorry. And so be on the lookout for those spoilers online. Okay, make sure that you are not following any type of script, because Sony has been trying to shut this down for at least 12 to 15 hours. So yeah, but we're going to talk about that. So for my birthday, I got a devil's food cake. I got something called Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream. Shout out to that. Haven't gotten to it yet. And I got Ghost of Tsushima yesterday. And so that frees me up to get to go, because it was I mean, remember, I had made a last second decision that I tried a Madden on EA early, whatever that thing is, early EA on my PlayStation, Madden 22, and it was okay. There were some players, I used the Bengals, right? And so there were players that play on the Bengals team that aren't even on the roster. And I kept going to update, use real life roster, and it would not, it would not update. So again, that could change. That could change. Okay. But at the end of the day, there were some things I liked about it. It has a whole lot. Madden's got a whole lot to do in the off-season stuff, as far as creating your player and all that kind of stuff. It's got all kind of challenges you can put into your games. It looked like, again, it looked fine. I mean, that aspect of it was actually pretty cool. It also played faster. It's hard to explain that. For some reason, that game, I had to make decisions faster. It was a lot harder to run the ball. Again, let me make this clear. Very easy to audible if you don't know. You see a blitz coming. And it's not that easy to see blitzes coming, because you can actually delay blitzes now. So you can actually have a pass rusher zone blitz, which means it was weird. They have hot routes. Okay, receivers actually do run hot routes, which I've been begging for I don't know 10 years, because of if the quarterback sees the blitz coming, the receiver can see it, and the receiver should run a hot route. So again, that aspect of it was pretty cool. The tackling, however, I mean, they got to do something about that tackling. What's happening, Paul Game? So yeah, I've had about 2 or 3 Craig Weisers. So but again, overall, and I played it for the whole, I think you get a 10-hour trial. And I played it for like 9 hours and 22 minutes. It's it was okay. It's one of those games I'm gonna actually wait until, I very well may wait till Black Friday, because on Black Friday Madden will cost, instead of it costing $69.99 or whatever it was, it'll probably come down to $39 or $49. You know how they do that? They put it in a 50% off bin, at Target or Best Buy or something like that. So, but yeah, that's my review on Madden. I mean, if you liked Madden 21, there's nothing wrong with Madden 22. Oh, shout out to JP Loco. Shout out to you, brother. How are things down there in Australia? I mean, I can tell you up here, it's hot as hell. Hold on, if it's hot up here, does that mean it's winter down there? Or is it you all in the same season? I can't remember. Corey Massey, what's happening? What's happening? So, said Jeffy Gaming Andromeda was plain hot garbage. Yeah, it was. It was hot garbage, but on PC, it was running at over 60 frames per second. So I'm like, well, I'll play it if it's running over 60 or right at 60. So, yeah. So, but the cake is moist, Capono. The cake is moist, looks moist. Okay, Angel food cake. He said it's cold down here at the moment. Okay, that means you all must be in the winter. Well, I tell you, our seasons are supposed to be changing. We're at the end of August, and it is supposed to be like 92 degrees today. Like Hey, but I'm inside. I'm in here with you guys. I'm standing in the air condition all day long, except I got to do laundry. About the only major movement I got going for myself today. So, but hit that like button, people. If you feel like supporting the birthday podcast, hit the super chat button. If you don't, just hit the like button. It's cool. It's cool. So we'll talk about some games next month. Apparently, and I just saw this online. I don't know if this is true or not. Shout out to J-Dub City. J-Dub was saying that the definitive version of the Medium is going to be on the PlayStation. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying I don't know if that's true or not. But the Medium is coming to PlayStation. It's one of the games coming out in September. So do you all plan on purchasing or buying this game? Or playing the game, I should say. First things first, do you plan on buying the game and playing it? If you do, that's great. I don't know if I plan on buying it, because it is a true walking simulator. And since it's a walking simulator, that's what Death Stranding is. And I believe, doesn't Death Stranding come out next month as well with all its add-ons? And, with all this, didn't Kojima add 60 frames per second and all the add-ons? I mean, it was already hard enough to walk and balance in that game. How in the world is it going to be? And that was at 30 frames per second. How's it going to be at 60 frames per second? Hold on, David, you're saying it. Yeah, he said if it runs better. Okay, yeah, I don't know. J-Dub said it's the definitive version. I do know they are using the they are allegedly, I shouldn't say they are allegedly using the DualSense. So that is supposed to provide more immersion and 3D haptic feedback, haptic sounds. So, yeah. Corey Massey says that Mass Effect was an 8. Okay, yeah, see, I gave it a 6. Look, the gameplay was great. I thought the gameplay was second to none. The graphics wise, I mean, it looks fantastic. It sounded great. It was just the story was trash. But if you play it in order, if you play Mass Effect 1, then you play Mass Effect Andromeda, then go back and play Mass Effect 2. Then in Mass Effect Andromeda, unlock all those things in your SAM node. It's like all these things you can unlock. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them until you beat Mass Effect 3. Then go back and play that part of Andromeda in your cabin, wherever you're at. I don't know if it's your apartment or your cabin. I forgot what it was. And you get a matching ending on what's going on. You see what I'm saying? But that's it. That's the way you have to play it, kind of in order. So, oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if EA and BioWare plans on making Mass Effect Andromeda 60 frames per second. They very well might. I don't know. Let's wait for N7 Day. N7 Day is what, 3 months away? See, this is the end of August, so September, October, yeah, November. We're roughly about 98 days away. Well, probably about 103 days away from N7 Day. So let's wait for N7 Day. They may say, hey, Mass Effect Andromeda is going to be updated on Xbox and PlayStation 5 and it's going to be 60 frames a second. They might, to bring it all up to 60 frames. So have to wait and see. So Chili Hawk says he's getting Death Stranding and Disney Plus to check out Star Wars Vision. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So yeah. It's a higher resolution if it's true. Yeah, I don't know if it is or not. So what's so good about Mass Effect? The story. Let me start out. That's what I like. That's what we all liked about Mass Effect. Well, we didn't like that. We loved that about Mass Effect was the story. It was better writing than Dragon Age. It was better writing than Baldur's Gate. It was everything that BioWare did really good. Speaking of really good, let me take another swig here. Yeah. Everything BioWare did really good. They knocked it out of the park with Mass Effect. Okay. So as far as the story, the gameplay, everything was real fluid. You could romance different characters. So, which is something BioWare always did, but the way they went about it in Mass Effect was different. You could romance. I did Mass Effect. I did what is called the Captain Kirk run, which is in the first game I romanced Ashley. In the second game I romanced Miranda, and in the third game I hooked up with Miranda, and I hooked up with Liara. So again, and I was able to save Miranda. So I mean, it was just kind of the way I played that when I played that way. And again, it's hard to do it that way. But and shout out to I think Slow-Mo. Slow-Mo has played Mass Effect 2 where he is able to get there's a scene where Miranda and Jack are about ready to fight each other, and he is able, because he has enough points. Slow-Mo had enough points where he got them to stop fighting and kept them both loyal. I've only been able to do that one time, and I just did it on this playthrough. So, but he's always able to do it. So shout out to him, because he plays it. That means he's playing it differently than I'm playing it, that's another thing, is what I did in Mass Effect, you don't have to do, and you still get a complete game. That was another reason why we really liked it, was because it wasn't linear. Yeah, it has a beginning and an end, but the way you get there is totally up to you. I do everything on the Citadel that I can in Mass Effect 1. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, okay? So that's why I liked it. So let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, the world building, the lore. The lore was really big. It's hard to that was one thing missing with Andromeda. That's what people don't understand, is that they mean EA. And again, it's not the fans' fault that EA and BioWare did nothing on the lore. Nothing. Okay, they built the Andromeda initiative started on the moon. Then how come there are at least where we were on the moon in Mass Effect 1, you don't see the ships being, up there. Now that's fine. The moon is big. Maybe we were on a part of the moon that we wouldn't be able to see it on the horizon. That's fine. But at least in the PC community, what I liked what they did is they modded missions so that in Mass Effect 3, you had to go and you had to go to the lab and the launch facility, I believe, to shut that down because the Reapers were there. If the Reapers found out that a bunch of organics left and were going to another galaxy, the Reapers would have followed them, probably caught them, because the Reaper capital ships are vicious. I mean, they are extremely fast. So But yeah, we'll move off of that. I can talk Mass Effect all day. So welcome to the birthday stream. Yes, I am 3 sheets to the wind, and it's not even 11 o'clock East Coast time. Grown man, when you grow up, you get to do grown man stuff. So shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody that's here. So yeah, next month you get Death Stranding. You get, I think Death Loop comes out in September. I think Kana, Bridge of Spirits is out. There's a whole lot out. Psychonauts, I think, came out. Is that today? Psychonauts 2 is out. So if you all want to play that on Game Pass, or I think it's out on the PlayStation as well. I mean, I can't remember. So but because I'm not playing it. That's why I'm not running it into the ground. I'm not playing it. But let's go ahead and move to this. Let's go ahead and start with Ghost of Tsushima's director's cut, and see what we're talking about here. Make sure you vote. You know, make sure you go ahead and you vote on what should people stop speculating on what Sony is doing. I'm glad MBG has stopped doing it. You know, he's got a good enough podcast. He does not I'm not saying, well, let's start with let's start with Herman Hulst talking, because this does have to do with some of the fanboy stuff. So you know, this thing here, he specifically is asked about PlayStation putting games on PC. He said that clearly says here, he said they've had great success on PC. The console versions still are the priority, and games will hit there first. So again, this is the head, and I know what people are going to say. Well, he could always change his mind. Fair enough. They're not wrong. What's up, Chris B? Yeah, I've heard Mass Effect had a good multiplayer. I never played it. So I never played it. So and but it says here, you know, Herman Holtz is saying that he says typically there have been about 2 years between the release on our platform and the PC. Says, but you can rely on us to continue to create platform defining exclusive content for PlayStation. That's part of the reason why we exist. Okay. It's really important for us to squeeze the maximum out of the platform to build showcases for the platform and really let the audience see what these great features are contributing overall to the overall experience. So again, you know, this whole notion that they're going to do games day and date, let's just put, guys, it's over with. Let's put it to bed. And don't argue with people who keep saying that it's going to happen, because you're looking at a direct quote from him. Now, are they going to keep putting games on PC? Yes, that's put to bed too. Now, are they going to put every game on PC? It doesn't say. That is a gray area. But they're going to hit on the platform first, and the way that has been working is the game comes out, then the game goes to PlayStation Plus, then the game comes to PS Now, okay? So they're giving you every opportunity to get the game. You know, then the game goes on sale, and the game goes to back, you know, then it may go to the PlayStation greatest hits, okay? It may go to the famous hits, you know, what is it called? PlayStation Collection or Greatest Hits Collection. Then it may go to PC. All right. And now guess what? Everything I just said usually takes 18 to 24 months. So you have plenty of time to get it on your platform. And so all these people, oh no, this is not right. Everyone's doing day and date. This over. That's done. They're not doing day and date. That's just not what they're going to do. And yes, I mean, if you want to go ahead and be a bugaboo and say that, well, they can always change their mind. Okay, you're right. They always could change their mind. So he talked about MLB The Show here, because remember, you had the fanboys, not the gamers. Let me make this clear, because the MLB The Show still sold well on the PlayStation. You know, we've all seen the numbers. We can't argue with the numbers. The hell with your feelings. F you and your feelings. But remember, you had the fanboys saying that Sony shouldn't even make the game anymore because they put it on Xbox. So, and this in here, he talks about MLB The Show. I just saw it here, and I'll see if I can find it again. But he specifically says in this article that they are not going to You know, they did not publish MLB The Show to Xbox. They did. So, but this is Game Informer. There's Herman Hulst, in case you thought this was something that I wasn't doing correctly. But again, Sony did not publish MLB The Show, and Sony does not own MLB The Show. They own the rights to make the game. Okay, they published the game to, they published the game to PlayStation. That's what they do. MLB can then, because it's their IP, MLB owns the Major League Baseball IP. Sony just has gaming publishing rights. So MLB went to another publisher because they're the owner, and they got them to publish it to their Xbox. That's what happened. That's what happened. You know, so and again, but the fanboys, they're blue pill. They run with their emotions. I'm trying to find where he was talking about this. It may not be in this article, but I could have swore it was in this article. So let's see here. Well, let's move from that. I'll see if we can. It says here that he talks about what his role is. They talk about he does talk about adding other studios and what they're primarily looking for in a studio, which is innovation. Innovation is what they want. And again, the PlayStation 5, shout out to Optimus Code, who came on the podcast about last week or week and a half ago. He specifically said Sony built the console for what? For developers to be innovative and make things differently. Herman Hulst is saying we're looking for companies that are innovating. I mean, why buy something that why buy something that's going to create things the same way? Okay? So it just why do that? So it says the studios have their own technology, and they have their own styles. Okay, he says they have their own style, which I nurture. I like that diversity, and at the same time, I do think that our studios are better together. It says we share a lot of ideas. Sometimes we share technology with each other. We try to make each other better and strive for making the best possible games and upping the quality all the times. This right here is kind of the way Alabama plays football. Okay. Everybody knows, people are like, with Sony, everybody knows Sony's synonymous with quality, right? It's the same with Alabama football. I mean, what Alabama's going to do. They're going to come in and try to roll you. Okay. And they got different people doing it every year. I mean, yeah, there are some people that come back, of course, but most of the time their roster flips close to 40 to 50%, but they maintain that excellence of execution. You see what I'm saying? So that's actually really good. So, but it says here how they share engines. I mean, it's a really good article. So it says here, he reiterates that Holtz recently revealed that PlayStation Studios currently has 25 titles in development, with over half being new IP. So he says, I want us to develop a wide variety of games. So again, I'm not a big platformer game. That's why I'm taking my time on Ratchet and Clank. You see what I'm saying? So, because I'm not a big platformer hopping around and doing what you do in Ratchet and Clank. I got platformed out playing Nintendo because that seems like all Nintendo had back in the day. You had Mario, you had Super Mario, you had all this Mario stuff. You had Wario. I mean, again, not that the games were bad, but you were just jumping around. The games that stood out back then were like Final Fantasy and all that kind of stuff. So, but it says here, Horizon Forbidden West, the God of War sequel, and Gran Turismo 7 are all currently in development, but he also teased some new projects. Now, again, he does not say anything about Horizon Forbidden West being canceled or being moved, I should say. Not being canceled, I'm sorry. Freudian slip. I've had 3 mimosas. Get over it. So, says that there's a lot more that they have in store. That's still unannounced, he notes. They have discussed a new partnership with Jay Raymond's New Haven studio. So, he says he's excited about what they're working on. And Jay Raymond can work on whatever she wants. So, okay, now here's the thing about MLB The Show. So he says Sony's exclusives are a big part of it. That's their future. So don't expect core franchises to jump ship to Xbox Series consoles. Says, however, there is a chance for some titles to appear on PC sometime later, like we saw with Horizon and Days Gone. The one exception to the rule was that MLB The Show. And he says, I think that people have to realize is that it's actually MLB Advanced Media. That's the publisher on Xbox, so it's not us. So remember, the fanboys were crying. You all remember that. All those podcasts, you know, just wah, wah, wah. And I was like, what? You know, like, what are you all complaining about? You know, what are you all complaining about? You know, so, you know, it's just Sony didn't publish it to Microsoft. Microsoft cut a side deal. And MLB show, the show is still being played more on PlayStation and Xbox, and they had it on Xbox in a service. That shows you how trash it is over there. You know, shows you how trash it is. I mean, these guys are a joke, okay? But they're in your PlayStation community. As I said before, there's a difference in the gamers and the fanboys. The gamers don't care. They went ahead and they played MLB The Show like they always do. The fanboys cried. Hey, that's the difference. Everybody goes, what's the difference? There's your difference. You have a group that cries all the time, you know, partially because they feel like they deserve things, you know, not going to get into that. Not on this podcast, well, I deserve this and I deserve that, you know. Sony needs to give us information, you know. Well, no, they don't. No, they don't. Okay, I mean, it would be nice. It would be, let me be honest. It would be nice if they told us a whole bunch of stuff. But what this is about, and let's keep it 100% funky here, there are still people in the PlayStation community that did not like the fact that Microsoft bought Bethesda, and now those games are their future game. I'm not talking about their legacy games. Their future games will not be coming to PlayStation. They won't. Now, their legacy games are. Okay, that's why I think Quake is coming out. And Quake was a big deal. I mean, Quake, back in the day, Quake was like the game that everybody wanted to go buy. You know, this is back on PC. So, yeah, people are still upset. And again, let me make this clear. The gamers didn't care. They're like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go get a PC or I'll build myself a PC, which is going to take time anyway because there ain't nothing available hardly. You can get everything but GPUs. I know people that have rigs. They're just sitting there waiting on the GPUs to come out. They're waiting on them. It's sad, man. I mean, they got everything else. You know, they got their motherboards, they got their CPUs, they got their SSDs. You know, they've got 24 to 32 gigs of RAM and all that kind of stuff. You know, they've got VR. You know, they went out and bought VR to run their stuff, you know, to run VR games and stuff like that. But they're waiting on GPUs. You know, it's to the point where even car companies are slowing down production because there aren't enough computer chips. You know, to make, I mean, whoever is making computer chips needs to hurry up. That's all I can say. But again, this is a really good article. It is in Game Informer. I really did enjoy it. You know, it's so you know, it's, you know, he shifted from Killzone to Horizon. He said it was a big learning experience. Okay. He wants people to take risks like they did with God of War when they switched to Norse mythology. And he thought that The Last of Us Part 2's narrative structure and creating an experience that is incredibly compelling but not comfortable was good. Because now remember how upset people were with The Last of Us Part 2. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why. Ellie's been gay since the first game. I mean, she was gay in that game. All right, I don't know what else to say, you know. So, and Dina let her go raw. Whatever Ellie did, Dina had that Red Man reaction of satisfaction on her face. If you all played that game, you know. So, and what if Sony? And I should have done a second poll. What if Sony does a remake or remaster, whatever you want to call it, of like Ghost of Tsushima did with The Last of Us Part 2, and they make it's already 60 frames per second, but they get it to go to 4K, and they add, you know, the ray tracing and the 3D sound and all that stuff, and then they put it back out. It will just basically be a PlayStation 5 version of the game, like they did with Ghost of Tsushima. And again, they let you upgrade it for the $10, and I don't know, Naughty Dog got frisky, and they add some of the characters and a few more missions from the TV show. Would you all support that? Would you all go buy it? I mean, I'm just kind of, we're playing, kind of doing what if. As I said, what if they did that? Would you all go support it? Like right now, I'm going to support my mimosa going from my left hand up to my face, past my nose, and ah, man, that takes the wrinkles out of the old robe right there. You right. You're right. It does. It does. Thank you. So we'll move on. So what do you all think about Herman Hulst's article and how he's, as they would say back in my day, he kicked the straight up ballistics. You know, he kicked the straight up ballistics on that. So yeah, Dina was satisfied after being with Ellie. So Dina was like, rate my kiss from 1 till 10. I mean, that's just a fact, right? That's what she did. So yeah, their games are selling like hotcakes. So again, so he says, basically said same thing he said 5 months ago. Yeah, but again, the good news here is that he's being consistent. See, that's what you search for. You search for that consistency. What's up, Ice Queen? How are you doing this morning? How are things in jolly old England? So yeah, I mean, you're right. He said the same thing. You're right, but we're looking for consistency here, and he was nothing but consistent. Thank you for the birthday wish, Ice Queen. I appreciate it. Hit that like button if you don't mind. So some people want a new IP. So so they were down there. Like I said, they're down there. Like when I first saw that game, I'm like, man, Sony's got games where people are smoking blunts and girls are getting licked on their face, and Xbox has Psychonauts, which again, I'm not knocking Psychonauts. I've heard it's a good game. People that like the first one are going to like the second one. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not about people liking Bethesda games. It's just that the ponies were upset about that. The fanboys were upset about that. So, but the majority of their games are still going to come out to PlayStation because they decided that the games were legacy games. So, but the new games, the new games are not going to do that. So let's see here. Our poll's been up for about an hour. We're going to close the poll, and we'll see what our numbers are here at the end of the podcast. So, but yeah, I mean, what do you all think about what good old Herman Hulst was talking about? I mean, again, he spoke about it. You keep hearing people saying Sony needs to do something. Sony needs to speak out on what they're doing, what their future is. Well, you just saw it. Okay, you just saw it. So, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, Ellie said, which kiss? I thought she did. I can't remember if she said that or not. She didn't say that or not. So another game I started playing again on the PlayStation 5 is Days Gone. That's one game that did need the 60 frames per second update. Okay, whether you like the game or not. Now, Days Gone for me, the first act is it's arduous. I did not like the first 1/3 of that game. I thought after Boozer gets his arm cut off, and that was actually pretty cool. I thought once Boozer got his arm cut off, I thought the game took off. I've always, I've been consistently saying that. I thought the game was hard to play. I didn't care for the characters. They were two-dimensional. But I did think after that first camp that you go to, put it like this, the first camp that you go to after you lose your motorcycle and stuff like that, that camp is trash. Okay, it is trash, But again, it is better with the 3D sound. I like the sound because now I can tell if there's going to be a horde or something, because the music which I didn't, which it probably did this in the first one, but I just didn't recognize. There's this keyboard they use, and it brings the tension up, and then it has a bass drop like boom, like that, and then you start looking around. It's like, oh crap. But there were some things, if you haven't played Days Gone on PS4 and you got a PS5, first of all, you lucky son of a gun if you got a PS5. If you play Days Gone, don't travel at night until you get some good weapons. Okay, I mean, when it turns nighttime, go fast travel back to your camp and just sleep during the night. You know, it's much safer to travel during the daytime. Okay, so but again, I like Days Gone, but there was nothing in Days Gone that you don't do in other zombie games. The thing that made it different was the transversal on the motorcycle, which I thought was cool. I thought that was cool. Now, and I liked ginning up the motorcycle as well. I like ginning it up, okay? But I would have done what I would have liked to have seen happen, and this is just my opinion, okay? I would have liked the characters to have access to different kind of bikes, like motorbike, like give me a BMX bike for some of it. You know, let me soup that up as well. And I didn't like the fact that it let me change everything but the character's clothing. I thought, and look, let me make this clear. Even if they had microtransactions, like give me a $4.99 or $7.99 kit that allows my character to put on some different clothes. You see what I'm saying? Because even in Metal Gear 5 on PlayStation 4, I believe that was on PlayStation 4, they let Big Boss take a shower. They didn't show your character doing that at all. Now, granted, they didn't show your character sleeping either on Metal Gear. At least I can't recall. I've been going back a few. But I may play that again today. I watched Marlon Gaming Nation play Metal Gear 5, and I forgot how crazy that game was. Shout out to Marlon Gaming for doing that stream. So I did enjoy that stream that he did about a week and a half ago. I did enjoy it. Shout out to so you make sure that you know, make sure that you all go check out Marlon Gaming Nation. So yeah, up to the second act, it couldn't have been considered a horror game. Again, to me, I liked the game, but there was nothing that stood out about it. Okay, that's just, that doesn't mean that it's a bad game. It's just, for me personally, the best zombie game ever created. There's two great zombie games. One is Resident Evil 1, and number 2 is Resident Evil 2. Those are your two best zombie games ever. Now, because you have the tension of the house, the tension of what's going on with the umbrella, you had all these moving parts. Days Gone, I like the open world traversal system. I just didn't like the fact, again, I like RPGs, so I want to be able to change my character. I mean, my character, he didn't shave, he didn't shower. Give me the ability to do that. Okay, that's all I'm asking. You know. So again, that's my own little criticisms. But once the game opened up, you know, you feel what I'm saying? After the game opened up, it felt big, it felt heavy. And I liked that part of the game. That's why I said, for me, the game was a solid 6.5. I mean, it could have been a 7 if they let me do all that stuff. But if they were asking me what I would have changed or added to the game, that's what I would have added. Okay, give me some dirt bikes. You know, yeah, give me some dirt bikes. Give me the ability to soup up the dirt bike. Give me the ability to change the character's clothes. Let the character shave, you know, or not shave. Let me change his hair or not change it. Okay, and it didn't have to be a whole lot of haircuts. You know, let me have the high top, not even a high top fade. Let me go ahead and get the bald head with the beard. Let me go ahead and get a goatee with the bald head. Let me go, I mean, you know, that's what I was looking for on that game. It just didn't have it. So that it was a letdown. But it wasn't like it was a bad game. But again, it really did need that 60 FPS boost, especially dealing with those hordes. So let me take this article down and try to find the let's take this article down. You see if it will let me pull up the Ghost of Tsushima one. Nope. Again. Let's see here. See if we can do this. Hey, let me do this. Oh, cancel. But what are you all playing right now? Man, I've been Madden, Ghost of Tsushima. It's my birthday, so today is going to be heavy on Mass Effect. So, so yeah, we'll talk about this real fast. It's Ghost of Tsushima, if you don't know, is now on PS5. It got a complete PS5 makeover. So it has 3D sound support. It has there's a 3D sound support, I believe. It's 60 frames per second. It is also 4K through checkerboarding. Has some ray tracing features in it. You know, still supports HDR. I started playing it yesterday. I mean, it's easy for me to get into that character because of the prologue that you have. That's got to be the longest prologue in video game history. If you don't know what the prologue is, it's the invasion. You know, you have the invasion, you have him getting injured, you have him waking up, escaping on his horse, attacking that settlement, and then you get to the Khan's castle, or the castle that he had captured, I should say, and then he whips your ass and throws you off the bridge. You then hide. And then, you know, you and I don't know what her name is. I want to keep calling her Yuna. You and that chick, you split up to go to separate places. And once he starts riding across that field and it says Sucker Punch Presents, that's your entire prologue. And like I said, by the time you get to that prologue, it's like, what, a half hour or 45 minutes into the game. So, so yeah. So, oh wow, you finished Ghost yesterday? All right. He said, going to continue with Scarlet Nexus, Hades, and Tales of Arise, and the rest drop. Well, yeah. Now I heard Scarlet Nexus looks and runs better on PlayStation. That's what Digital Foundry said. So we got that running better on PlayStation. You got Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider running better. I mean, Digital Foundry did another breakdown of that, if you don't know, and they said PlayStation has an advantage in performance. That's it. I mean, you know, so the DualSense controller, yeah, it has DualSense support. I mean, yeah, the DualSense support is different, and especially when you're shooting arrows, you actually can feel the tension. It's like, wow. So, yeah. Yeah, well, at least with Aloy, Ghostface, Aloy, you can change her clothes. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That was missing in Ghost of Tsushima. Or not Ghost of Tsushima. That was missing in Days Gone. I couldn't change clothes. You know, let Deacon put on some like all black. What about having some black jeans and a white T-shirt on, and just stuff like that? I mean, again, people have asked me, hey, how would you have made the game better? I would have given the player more options to change the characters. That's it. There's nothing wrong with what they did. It just, for me, wasn't enough options. Okay. So did I get Humankind? No, I will, Eric. If somebody wants to do a super chat, I will buy it. I've seen it. That's on Steam, right? I will buy that, but I need the super chat. It could be a birthday gift, but I will look into buying it. It looks interesting. It does look interesting. So, yeah, Holomoka, Royal Order of Pegasus Nation. Shout out to Optimus Code. The only thing you could change is the motorcycle for Days Gone. Yeah, and again, I don't have an issue with that, but just give me another type of motorcycle to transverse with. Would have been a lot cooler to hit those camps on a dirt bike, you know, BMX type bike. But again, I'm not knocking it. There were things about the game I liked. I liked the fact that you could be riding down the road and then somebody would set a trap. I like the fact you could be walking down the road and you could get sniped. I mean, so I like that, you know. Well, I mean, again, Days Gone is up there with your favorite zombie games. Yeah. To me, and The Last of Us is more about the story of the characters than it is the actual zombies. At least that's what I get. That's what makes it stand out. But if you don't know, you all can go ahead and get the Ghost of Tsushima. If you have it on PS4 right now, it says how to upgrade to Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PS5. Now, I did it the old-fashioned way. I went out, and my girl was with me, and we went to Target, and they didn't have it at Target. So we went to, where did we go eat at yesterday? Oh, we went to something called Olive Garden. Wonderful, wonderful. I had chicken parmesan. And then, of course, we got to walk it off. So we walked into the GameStop at the mall, which surprised me. And she picked up Ghost of Tsushima for me. So that's, she's at work right now. And I am at home. And I played Ghost of Tsushima yesterday for, through that prologue and loved it. Did a couple of missions. I turned a nest of hornets against people. That was pretty cool. So, but if you don't know, it says here, it says if you own a regular copy, like I got on the PS4, it says you'll be able to upgrade for $29.99 starting on August 20th. So it says if on the other hand you got the director's cut on the PS4, the upgrade will cost you only $9.99. I mean, that's about the same price for a foot long, right? So keep your eyes peeled. Now, this is I get it. You don't want to go out and pay more than you have to. So now I went out and I got it. So so it lets you import the game from PS4 to PS5. I think that did surprise a lot of people how easy that was. Other people have talked about this, so I'm not. Yeah, my bad if I spoiled the opening sequence of Ghost of Tsushima. My bad. I do apologize. But hey, it's my birthday. Give me a little leeway today. So, but yeah, the things that it saves your trophies, and if you don't know, Sony is, shout out to RGT, they brought this up a few weeks ago. Sony's moving away from the whole trophy thing. Doesn't mean you're not gonna get it. Get trophies. I was getting this back and forth this morning with somebody on Twitter because they're butt hurt. I'm talking about that Sony is moving away from the whole trophy system, and I mean I'm talking about this guy was butt hurt, like spending 3 months in Attica. He was, he's butthurt. So, just, I don't know what his issue is. Not a big deal. And my question was, they're moving away from it. What do you think they're going to replace it with? And he got mad. So, like I said, it is what it is. So, yeah, Tomb Raider Holomoken. And guys, if you don't know, Tomb Raider is checkerboard 4K on PlayStation. And according to Zaddy, aka Digital Foundry, according to them, you have to look really close to tell the difference in the PlayStation and the Xbox when then you add the fact that it runs better on the and the guy clearly states that the native resolution on Xbox, it comes at a price to the performance. Again, we're talking about the bottlenecks again, and I did a whole video on that. Shout out to Porter Rock 77. You all can go check that out. But yeah, I mean, the Xbox has a bottleneck on it that it is what it is. What's up, Plus Ultra? What is happening, brother? He said Nier has a long one too. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. So you've been playing Genshin Impact and Sims 4. Now, does my character on do you still have my character saved on Sims 4? Did he get locked up for child support? Because didn't he have like 100 kids? So, okay, well, Ice Queen, just take your time. I'm glad you're enjoying the gaming. So, I'm glad you're enjoying gaming. So, so I'll get a pass today. Well, thank you. Yes. So hit that like button, people. Give me a pass today. So yeah, it's but again, and some people may not play Ghost of Tsushima. I can see why people thought it should have been Game of the Year. Now, if you don't know about Ghost of Tsushima, it is locked at 60. That is according to Digital Foundry. The guy literally said there's nothing to talk about with the performance because it stays locked at 60. Now, when it goes to the cutscenes, it drops to 30. And this does help with the lip sync in Japanese. It now has, according to the reports, perfect Japanese. Oh, Oh, the character passed. Oh no, that's okay. Can you create another one, and we'll just have some more kids. Hey, that Sims game is something else, people. You can create the characters, and then the characters you have to buy an alarm clock so that they get up and go to work and stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy how much detail they paid to. I tried to play that Mars mission. I was all excited. I thought I had it down. And my people got up there, and the scientist was an alcoholic. And it's just, how can you be an alcoholic and go to Mars? And then he was starting trouble up there. I'm like, what are we doing? So, but yeah, I like that Mars game. I like Mars. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, Sam Ash, I can see why people thought it should have been Game of the Year. But every time I pick Game of the Year, last year was the only time I got it right. Because I thought Game of the Year back in the day for me was Detroit Become Human. And I forgot what won Game of the Year that year. I think God of War won Game of the Year. I'm kind of like, okay, God of War was good, but I didn't think it was as good as Detroit Become Human. All right, but it's all subjective. It's all subjective. So, well, cool there, Miss Dawn. Go ahead, and if you don't mind, if you have the capability of streaming it, just let me know and I'll watch your stream. So that'd be funny. So that'd be funny to watch that. So, but yeah, but I can say, remember, all the Game of the Year stuff is subjective. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn, which should have been Game of the Year in 2017, I don't think it won. So, and I don't think that game, where that kid gave me a knife or gave me a sword and told me to go kill people, he ain't had no shoes on. I mean, this is, what are we doing here? How you gonna give me a sword and tell me to go kill people and you ain't got no pants or no shoes on? So, oh, a farm with some cows and chickens. Well, that's cool. Oh, I have to get up and the butt crack early, don't I? So, yeah. So far, Ghost of Tsushima is again. It's not like it was a horrible game. Like it's a horrible game. But again, I want to give a big shout out to the podcasters like Bustle Bound Gamer, any podcaster that comes out and says, "Hey, I'm putting out what I want XYZ to do." And so he did that. Oh, Breath of the Year one. Yeah, okay, Breath of the Wild. Yeah. So again, it's not that Breath of the Wild was a bad game. Breath of the Wild was not a bad game. Oh gosh, hold on, people. Yes, another birthday wish came in. Thank you. Everybody calling and leaving messages. I appreciate it. Not now. No, wait, give me another 20 minutes here. So, yeah, so it's so Breath of the Wild one. Yeah, I mean, it's not like Breath of the Wild was a bad game. It wasn't like Breath of the Wild was terrible. So, blah 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 blah. We have says, oh, okay. Well, we'll go ahead and move on to the next story. So, I like having cows and chickens. Yeah, that means I have an axe, and I have to have a big farm then, right? So, let's see here. Oh, you're level 17. Wow. Are you talking? Well, that's better than my what's the name of that game? Destiny. I think my thing on Destiny is I think my character on Destiny is like level 4. I know you all love it, right? Y'all love my character on Destiny. So, well, let's go ahead and let me talk about this Halo thing real quick. How do I talk about Game Pass? Well, let's talk. Well, Game Pass really fast. Look. When that company came out, let me see if I can put this up here. If my tech skills will allow this, and everybody's already talked about this, I'll just chime in real fast. No, it's not letting me do it for some reason. Here, up here again. Almost like you have to reset the whole thing. That's still not letting me do it. All right. Well, so apparently the company that did Outriders for is claiming that they do not have, this Outrider dev hasn't received royalties, speculates partnerships like Game Pass the cause. So now this is from August 17th. I'm late to the party. I'm rolling up on black people time, so I'm late to the party. And it says here that Outriders got off to a good start. It says the game garnered solid reviews and over 3.5 million players in its first month. But apparently it wasn't enough for publisher Square Enix to actually pay developer People Can Fly, who haven't received any royalties from the game's first quarter sales. Wow. Says here, People Can Fly. That's the name of the publisher, I believe. I'm sorry, that's the developer, People Can Fly. Says will only receive royalties once Square Enix costs related to Outriders has been covered. Says despite PCF estimating the game has already sold 2 to 3 million units. Wow. Says so why hasn't Outriders turned a profit? Well, People Can Fly speculate the cause may be partnerships with distribution platforms or entities offering Outriders as an addition to their products. It says here, it sounds like they're talking about Game Pass. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man. It says here that the nitty gritty on how publishers are paid for putting their games on Xbox Game Pass is one of the big secrets of the industry. That won't be for long. If you ain't paying people, somebody gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna talk. It says here, regardless, it seems like the day one Game Pass release, Gambit didn't pay off for the Outriders. It certainly didn't for People Can Fly. Hey, I'm sorry, this is their fault, right? I mean, that were me. I'd be going in there and I'd be like, where's my money, man? You better pay a brother up. I don't give a damn. I need to go get my McRib. I need to go ahead and give these girls my OnlyFans money so that, because they're about to shut down OnlyFans. Oh, you still trying to talk to me? Here you go. I'll be like, where's my money? You're going to give me my money, So yes, pay a brother. That's what it's going to be like. My hand will be out. You're going to be paying me. I can't believe it. You're going to pay me. I don't understand it. How you going to not pay me? There is no way I would deal with that. No way whatsoever I'm dealing with that. Okay. Yeah, I know you made this. That's like having a hot dog stand and you come you come over and I make you a hot dog, put the relish on there. I put the onion on there for you. The mustard. It's all done. And then you were like, yeah, I ain't gonna pay you. Man, please. That's exactly what you get. And then right to the dome. What did LL Cool J, 14 shots to the dome? That's exactly what it would be. So, what are we doing here? I should have a voice changer on here. I have no idea how to use it. It says voice over. Hey, did my voice change any? I'm just asking. It says voice over. So, I've got like all these buttons on here. So, again, so now the name of now People Can Fly, that's the name of the that's the name of the company. So again, it is what it is, guys. It just now this was 6 days ago. Maybe they got paid already. Okay, not here to say they didn't get paid, but I mean, this is a shame, man. So yeah, exactly. Where my money at, man? Where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah, thank you very much. Pay a brother. You're gonna have to. I ain't dealing with that. I am not dealing with that at all. So you're gonna give me my money. I mean, I know that's exactly what's happened. That's what I got right now. Nothing. I got nothing. Nothing. Speaking of having nothing, I'm sorry, you don't have nothing, but I got 32 ounces of mimosa here. Once I finish this one, I'll be at like 68 ounces or something like that. Ah, smooth. So people can fly, get paid when pigs fly. That's what it sounds like. I like that one. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Yeah, they're terrible. I mean, I don't know how that works. So, wonder how these buttons work on here. I hit something called primal sound. I wonder what it sounds like. Does everything sound primal? Because when you get, I want my money. You know, give me my money. That's what I want. Give me my money. So, how do I turn that off? Okay. I turn it off. It's turn off. Turn off. There we go. Let me turn off the whole thing. Okay. Now, give it a second or two, then we'll turn it on. You're going to replay Detroit Become Human after you finish Detroit. Again. Oh, you're gonna, yeah, I don't blame you. Are you gonna, yeah, Ghost, yeah. Yeah, Detroit, it's a good game. There we go. Make sure that it's working. All right. All right, we're back, people. We are back. We're back. Yes. But yeah, after I got in the car and I had that Ghost of Tsushima, I was like, I was ready to party at that point. So yeah, it was a good time. So it says here it could be because of Square Enix policies. So, but this is a bad look. But look, this article right here, and you can clearly see why Game Pass will be on other platforms and why Phil Spencer is, quote, open. Again, Phil Spencer is, remember, I'm the one that told you guys that thing was going to end up everywhere because that's the best long-term way for it to make money. Again, all right? You know, that's just the way it is. So, yeah, I thought Detroit was my game of the year. I guess that was 2018. I'm like, this by far, this should win game of the year. And it didn't. That's fine, but that was my game of the year. So, you know, it didn't even get an honorable mention. It wasn't even listed. That was a strong year. That was God of War and Red Dead Redemption, and you know, that's when everything went left. That's when all those Xbox guys defected after God of War won game of the year. Because that whole notion of, well, no, multi-plats are more important. Multi-plats are more important, you know. So, and when it lost game of the year, they were like, well, you know, Red Dead won everything else, but it didn't win game of the year. That's like your movie winning best director, best, you know, the actor wins best actor, the female wins best actress, you know, but it doesn't win, you know, the movie of the year. So, or best picture, Oscar. Wins everything else, but doesn't win best picture. But to me, I've always said, if you have the best director, how can the director not direct the best picture? That to me has never made sense. Like that, those should be one and the same. So those should be one and the same. So, but all right, moving to the last thing, the whole Halo fiasco and what's going on with that. So look. Shout out to Brad. He did a real good podcast on this. I want to say it was yesterday, maybe it wasn't. But he did a good podcast on this. Look, as somebody who has played Halo from Halo 1, Halo 2, went to the midnight launch for Halo 3. I was there at Best Buy where it said, no, I didn't get it at Best Buy. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Halo 2. So, and I go to the midnight launch for Halo 2. I go to the midnight launch at GameStop for Halo 3. You know, Halo 3, I think that was the one where on the side of different buildings it said "Finish the fight." I mean, there were lines wrapped around every place. Everybody that had it reserved. You know, not Target. Walmart had it, like 50 people waiting on it. GameStop, where I was at, they grilled out. I mean, they grilled out. They were grilling out like at 8 o'clock at night out there. They were tailgating. They turned it into a giant tailgate. you know, so that we could play, you know, so they could be in line for Halo. Halo was one of the first games that people really did this for, and yeah, I got caught up in all that. I'm a sci-fi guy. You know, I'm gonna be covering the Halo TV show, so you know, I'm the only person that I know of so far that has openly come out and said that. Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn's attention to detail is only second to The Last of Us and Red Dead. Yeah, I think Horizon's detail was really good. The day-night cycle I didn't think was that good. I thought it was much better on The Last of Us, but or Red Dead. I'm sorry, on Red Dead. But all right, that could be forgiven. It's not the end of the world. I just do not understand. At no point in time that I think we would see the day where games would come out and be incomplete and people would be okay with that. I don't understand how we got to this point. I mean, I heard somebody saying, well, different people want different things and they have decided that the multiplayer is the most important and that's who they're going to service first. And like most people don't even play Halo for the campaign. They play it for the multiplayer. They just jump right to multiplayer. And it's just like, oh, okay, but they're still releasing an incomplete game. And I just, for me personally, it's more sad than anything. I'm not fanboying on it. You know, I'm not going to get Halo until the whole thing comes out. So, and it has nothing to do with Game Pass. And people are like, well, I'm just going to play. Well, I don't, you know what I think about multiplayer? F multiplayer. Multiplayer was added on to extend longevity. And that's why we got MTX is because of multiplayer. But Halo was built on co-op because I still remember going over a friend of mine's house on a Friday, and we didn't even go out. Like, we didn't even go out and do anything. We went. He ordered a pizza and we played Halo co-op. That's what we did. And we went out on Saturday night and hung out. But I still remember doing that. And it's like, you're not gonna have elements of this game that are core to the game. Like Halo 1 is a complete game. Halo 2, whether you like it or not, is a complete game. And then I saw The Last of Us Part 2 trending this morning, and I thought maybe it was going to go to PC or something like that. And the reason why The Last of Us Part 2 is trending, excuse me, is because these Xbox fanboys are trying to say, well, they pulled the multiplayer out of The Last of Us. Well, again, I don't know anybody that plays The Last of Us. That's not what The Last of Us is known for. It's not known for I keep forgetting, like Michael McDonald says, I keep forgetting that it has multiplayer because that's not what it's known for. Halo is known for its multiplayer and its co-op and its campaign. That's what it's always been about. This is the first time, and let me make this clear. The fact that a company is doing this and that they're able to get away with it is complete trash. And I don't care where you are in the Halo community, it is complete trash when you are defending incomplete games, you know, or a product is incomplete. I mean, I can't believe we've reached this point. You know, is it so bad on Xbox that you're defending incomplete games? Okay? That's where you're at. That's like ordering a pizza and your payment goes through, then they never show up. Well, it's incomplete. You know, it's incomplete. Yes, 2018 was arguably one of the best years for gaming of all time. I think next year, 2022, is going to be another strong year. I mean, you got Gran Turismo, you got Forza coming out. You possibly have a Avowed coming out. So, I mean, again, we'll find out. We'll find out more. We'll find out some more. That's fine. So, yes, The Last of Us 2, they were, again, The Last of Us 2 came out 3 years. When did The Last of Us 2 come out? Was it, hold on. Damn, when did that come out? Was it 2020? Did it come out in 20? Hell, I can't remember now. It was, you know, it was 2022. It was weird. I don't know. So, my point is that it came out last generation. So, it came out last generation. I personally think Factions will be on PC as well. I think Factions will be on PC launch. You know, and it will be, I think it's gonna be on all PlayStation systems, PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, and PC. I think it will all launch like that. You know. Well, I can't believe they're taking things out of Halo and people are people are defending it. That's what is crazy. And it's this whole thing of, well, I'm getting what I want, therefore I don't care about the other person. I gotta call BS on that one. Okay? I call BS on that one. So, I mean, but they are butchering Halo. Okay? They're butchering Halo. And and I feel bad for the fans of Halo. You know, I still remember talking about Halo at work when I was working in the OR. I mean, it'll be a group of us. We talk about Halo all the time. You know, I bet they're rolling over wherever they are. It's terrible. So, you know, this is terrible what they're doing, and it's a bad precedent that they're setting, because they're just saying, oh, well, I got Game Pass. So again, they're willing to take less quality, and that's what Microsoft does. Okay, it's not about their quality. It never has been. So just I mean, it's sad, man. Yeah, they turned Halo into a service game. You know, well, technically it's not a service game unless they charge for it, but you know, it's really sad. I mean, Halo Reach was a complete game. Halo Reach is considered the best. Even Halo ODST. Now, if you don't know this, Halo ODST was supposed to be DLC, and they pulled it out, and they charged, what? I don't know. I think when it came out, it was $39.99 maybe, or maybe it was $29.99 when it came out, but it was supposed to be DLC. So, but again, so it's not. But it still came out, you know, and it was a complete game. Whether you played it or not, Halo ODST was a complete game. So it's sad, man. I never thought we would end this, the damage control that these guys are going through. You know, it's almost like, they're so afraid of Microsoft shuttering and shutting its doors with the Xbox that they are willing to take less than. Okay? You know, it is the equivalent of you, I don't know, dating a supermodel, and the supermodel constantly cheats on you, but you don't have the guts to break up with her because she's a supermodel. And, you know, that's where we are with the Xbox guys. Now, I personally think the damn thing should be delayed. I said that, you know, I've said that multiple times. Delay it. Make sure you come out with a complete game. You know, which you're basically saying 2/3 of what was in there is not going to be in there, and all you can come back with is, well, I got it on Game Pass, so it doesn't matter. You know, to me, it's like, nope. Go in there and get it done. Get it done. I don't believe it. I mean, you know, Halo used to be
awesome.
That was. Halo was the defining moment of gaming for a lot of shooters. You know, a lot of shooters still copy that formula. And you know, for them for me personally, as somebody who played it and went to midnight launches and you know, we're in little, you know, you know, that it's disappointing that we now have a group of people out here who just they're more concerned with just getting something than getting something that's quality. Okay? You're like, I don't care that the hamburger's 3 days old as long as it's a hamburger. You know? So and yes, I get it. The Sony community, we're spoiled here because we do have quality games. Okay? I mean, I'd rather Horizon Forbidden West be delayed than come out incomplete. I'd rather God of War get delayed and then come out and be incomplete. Okay? I mean, that's just me. Yeah, delay the game. It's instant. Okay, you're not going to war. I mean, I understand if you're in a war, you go to war with the army you got, but I can't believe it. I mean, can you imagine this if Gears 5 come out and it was just Hive Busters, which was good, by the way. A lot of people were, missed out on it. They didn't play it, and that game was on Game Pass. That game was on Game Pass. So, I mean, these guys don't play games. That's why I don't go back and forth with them anymore. They're talking about Psychonauts Metacritic scores. Like, okay, you guys said that Metacritic doesn't matter. As long as I enjoy the game, who cares about Metacritic? Okay, guess what? I agree with that 100%. But why does everybody on the outside count? It's like these guys have this a la carte console war. Okay? They have this a la carte console war. Like, well, today this game got a low Metacritic score, so Metacritic doesn't matter. Oh, this got a higher score than I thought it was going to get on Meta. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, look, this got a higher Metacritic score than this game on the PlayStation. You all just said Metacritic didn't count. So, I mean, again, this is why it's stupid to go back and forth with them. Plus, they don't play their game. Shout out to Titanfall Princess. She said this years ago. These guys don't play their games. Okay? I mean, so why even be talking to them? I told them don't say nothing to me until Microsoft gives you a first-party game to 60 frames per second with ray tracing. They don't even have that. These consoles will be a year old in 64 days. They don't have this. Okay? I mean, I'll even say give me ray tracing sound. Now they're running the ray tracing sound. When I talked about ray tracing sound on Twitter, they were like, well, PlayStation 5 isn't powerful enough to give you ray tracing on the game. Every game that I've played on the PlayStation, said a few, I haven't played Demon's Souls. Spider-Man has ray tracing on it. It does. It has ray tracing on it at 60 frames per second. Ratchet and Clank has ray tracing on it at 60 frames a second. Like, they don't even have that. So I mean, that's what I told them. I'm like, dude, you don't say nothing to me until you actually have something on that console that's worth a damn. Because you told me that it was full RDNA 2. Well, that's what AMD said. Well, AMD also said that the PlayStation was RDNA 2. And you all ran around, no, it's not. No, it's not. AMD doesn't know. Like, okay, so the president and CEO of AMD doesn't know the product that they signed off on. Why are we talking to these people? Okay? Why are we talking to these people? I take that back. Why are you talking to them? So, yeah, you're right, Jedi Johnny. The fact that Halo is in this kind of predicament and it's a year later and it's getting worse, how can that happen after what we saw? I mean, that thing looked like straight up garbage. The clouds, what did they say? The clouds, what did they say about the clouds? That the clouds didn't even want to participate? How can you not have draw distance clouds? I mean, the other Halo games had clouds in them. They didn't have a problem. So it's just, this is nuts. And the fact again that they're damage controlling it is what's sad. I mean, it's not even funny anymore. Well, Psychonauts got a high Metacritic score. Well, the first Psychonauts got a high Metacritic score, and you said that Metacritic doesn't matter. So which one is it? It would be frustrating. Yeah, they said the clouds were running away. The Master Chief ship gets shot down and the glass on the ship doesn't even crack. I mean, I didn't even notice that. King Thrash did. I'm like, hey, you know what? You're right. It didn't even crack. So it was strong, and it was the shooting. What hit them was powerful enough to knock their instrumentation out, but not their windows. It's attention to detail. That's what people are talking about, the details. I have a doctor, a surgeon, cardiologist. He would say every little detail counts. Every little detail counts. So, and You know, it was crazy. You know, so just and again, the facial animations on Limited Joe look horrible. On Imitate, well, again, you're right. It did look weird. It did look overall. He had a more flushed face. He should. It's a next generation game, and I think the build we saw was on PC. You know, I think but again, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, it's not a matter of his facial animations and stuff like that. It's about them he ain't even going to be in the game at launch. That scene is not going to be in the game. And again, let me make this clear. Movies always, I mean, you've seen movie trailers and stuff like that where, where they will shoot a scene for the movie specifically to be done in a trailer. And they do that all the time. Avengers Endgame did that. Avengers Endgame had a trailer where Tony Stark said, "Do you trust me?" And he reaches out and shakes Steve Rogers' hand. That handshake never happens in the movie. He just simply looks at him and says, "Yeah, you trust me, right?" And Rogers says, "Yeah, I do." So, but they don't shake hands. Again, they did that. Again, that's fine. But, and I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried that the game is incomplete. It's incomplete. You know, so it's just it's bad. Now, shout out to Brap. I think he was saying something to the effect of, and I'm paraphrasing here. Let me make this clear. I'm paraphrasing. He said something to the effect of, something's going on with the design. They don't want to design it for the Series S. They only want it to be on Xbox Series X and I guess PC. So, you know, yeah, Insomniac did that for the reveal of Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, people do it all the time. It's fine. I mean, I'm not worried about that. So it's just they delayed Craig. Yeah, I guess they did, because if it's just multiplayer, you're just gonna jump in and you're gonna start shooting things and, you know, playing with your friends. I mean, that's what this is always about with you guys. I want to go ahead and get online and play with my friends. You know, so, and that's what they're doing. They're allowing you to get online and play with your friends. Yeah, Kena Bridge of Spirits is Stray. You're excited about Stray? Yeah, that looks different. That does look different. So yeah, I'll play Stray. But yeah, we'll definitely look at that. So the Gears 5 launched with a lot of problems. With the excuses was it was in Game Pass. Well, yeah, I did. You're right. You're right. I do remember that. Yeah. I do remember that. And there's this whole thing of that they no longer are expecting quality. That's just the best way I can put it. They no longer expect quality with their games because I'm only paying $1. Okay, I play DCS Flight Sim. They gave us an Allen map for free. Like, we didn't have to pay for it. It updated. This map was available for free. Now, I mean, and the detail is fantastic of the Allens. Okay, the details are phenomenal with the Allen. It's not like they're in their studio saying, "Well, since we're giving this away for free, this is going to be trash." You remember The Witcher, don't you? The Witcher 3, when it came out, it had like 30 free things. You know, it had like outfits you could get and stuff like that. You didn't have to use them, but they were free when they came out. Then they came out with their DLC, which people went out and bought because people were like, "Well, damn, you gave us 30 things for free." So that's how they roped you in. This is like Subway used to have the $5 footlong. Now it's hard to find a $5 footlong unless you get a coupon. But Subway hooked people with the $5 footlong for 3 years. And, says a lot of Xbox games don't have ray tracing. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. They don't. And it's like, all right, what game do you have that has ray tracing on it? You bragged about how much better it was supposed to be. Name an Xbox game with it. The only game they came back with is Minecraft. Minecraft. I'm like, okay, what else? What else? They don't have nothing. Well, Forza Horizon is going to have ray tracing sound. Okay, but when we brought up ray tracing sound, that was damage control. Well, yeah, you got it. You know, they were like, the PlayStation can't do ray tracing. Ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. You know, that's what they were doing. They were laughing. But the joke's on you. The joke's on you now. Y'all don't have nothing. I mean, you have nothing of quality over there. Now, look, Forza Horizon is going to be a great game. Okay, you all know I like Forza Horizon because I like the tracks. I just like driving around those crazy tracks and going in loops and all that stuff and jumping the car. You know, it's just a good old-fashioned arcade driving game. I've said before, I've said before that, yes, I think PlayStation does need to have an arcade-style driving game. And, you know, I'm a big fan of Ridge Racer, and because Ridge Racer has crazy tracks. Okay, so and I'm like, yeah, they should bring back Ridge Racer, and you know, that would be great for Xbox, or I'm sorry, for PlayStation. So Mario Heat says he's got a Series X. He played Hellblade on RT mode. Honestly, looks the same as Resolution mode. Well, yeah, they showed those pictures, and they were trying to say Digital Foundry was like, oh, look how much better. It's just kind of like, guys, I mean, you're shilling hard, man. I mean, again, look, let me make this clear. It does seem like, and you know, I gotta take the L. Sick Humor said that you know, Digital Foundry, you know, there's something nefarious going on. I'll just put it like that. And I was reluctant to believe that, because I'm thinking, nah, I mean, their reputation would be destroyed if something like that happened. But I really gotta believe that he was on to something. So yeah, shout out to Sick Humor on that one. So it says tell Namkai to get on Ridge Racer reboot. Well, that's fine. That's why I got an email. That's fine. I don't care if it came for Xbox and PlayStation. I was just like that game to come out. So you still haven't seen good ray tracing on your 12 T-flop monster. Well, again, they don't have anything on there yet, and it sounds like they won't have nothing until next year. And again, I just it's just the way it's going to be, man. I don't know what else to say, man. So, well, I mean, again, I wouldn't call them trash. I question their integrity at this point. I'm not gonna call them trash. I listen more to NX Gamer, and he's on IGN. So that's who I listen to. I think IGN has hired him to do their comparisons for him. So I think his name is Mike or Michael. I can't remember which one it is. So, you know, the Digital Foundry didn't bother to zoom in on Flight Sim, but did it with Ghost. Yeah, I know. Well, remember, I was playing Flight Sim, and remember, we got real close to the ground, and the ground tore apart. The only time it doesn't is when you go to land your plane. So it actually stays together. So, yeah, PlayStation has machine learning. They were like, well, Mark Cerny didn't say to them about machine learning, therefore it doesn't have it. Like, it's implied that it does have it, and then they said that it has it. So it's just this is nuts, man. You know, it just seems like they don't want. And look, if you're in the Xbox community, leave a comment on Halo. Because again, I remember getting an Xbox. The first game I got was Knights of the Old Republic. I got Knights of the Old Republic, then I got Splinter Cell, then I got Halo. That's the way I got myself into the Xbox community. Then I started playing like Ghost Recon and stuff like that. So that's Ghost Recon. I mean, it seemed like there was a Ghost Recon game coming out every 10 weeks for Xbox. So again, I'm not knocking it. I loved it. And you know, then Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3 came out for Xbox. Then the Rockstar released the trilogy pack for Xbox, and I bought that. And you know, so again, and with Xbox, I don't know if you remember, you could play your own music. I was in a band at the time, and I was riding around Vice City, and I had our music playing in the game. That was something else. Like, oh man, my band is. And they came over, like 3 members came over, and I started playing Vice City, and they were like, wait a minute, why is our music on the game? I said, well, because I downloaded our stuff onto the Xbox, and I'm playing it in the game. So, well, I think Xbox owners are to a point where they just want to say, we have something that you don't have. Okay, remember, Flight Sim is 30 frames per second. It was more about, well, we have something you don't have. You have to buy an Xbox to buy this. Why, dude, you're playing at 30 frames per second. Well, even a 3090 would struggle with this game. I mean, you could play it at 60 frames per second. But Xbox, again, wants native resolutions at the cost of frames. That's what they're doing. I mean, they're doing, I don't know what else to say. That's what Xbox is doing. So that's what they're doing. But it's disappointing, as somebody who's played Halo, who's looking forward to the TV show, the Halo TV show, and you would have thought that you would have thought that they would have at least got the game out for that. They would have done it for that, because the TV show co-markets your game. So, but again, and look, I'm not here to say it won't work out. It's just disappointing that we're to a point now where people are okay with getting less than. I don't care who you are. That is terrible. So, but guys, I am going to go. It's almost noon. Been here almost an hour and a half with you all. I appreciate it. Appreciate you all for hanging out. And said they're simping for Phil. I mean, I don't know about that. Like I said, it's I heard that I think somebody called King David a simp. They called him something. I forgot what it was. It was actually funny. I started laughing at it when I saw it. So, yeah, it's almost like, and I got my own hypothesis, which is the media does not want Microsoft to fall behind like it did last generation. So they're going to put out articles, albeit their opinions. They're going to put out more positive Xbox articles just to make sure Xbox can stay in the, stay in the fight kind of. I mean, I guess that's the wrong words, but, kind of stay relevant, because last generation, Sony got to a point where Microsoft wasn't relevant anymore. And if you're a writer, if you're an opinion writer, and it's like, okay, I got to get clicks, it is better to put out negative Sony news. I mean, I'm sorry, but Sony has sold 10 million units. And according to Peter Moore, the first to 10 million is the winner. Sony won. Okay. Sony is projecting to do 22 million consoles. So, in the next fiscal year, 22 million. I mean, Xbox may be at 12 million. Let's just give Xbox 12 million. They're 10 million behind, and it's just going to get worse. And they have the cheapest console out. I mean, I'm disappointed in the Xbox Series S. Remember, I said, look, if Microsoft makes a console that targets 1440p and 60 frames per second with HDR and minimum ray tracing, I'll buy that. That's actually, good. I would hook that up to my monitor. How many of you all remember me saying that? How many? I mean, that's what I said. That's the ray tracing. The ray tracing on the Xbox is that. So, well, there you go, Sam Ash. If Destin said that, then that's the problem. So they're doing everything they can. Granted, it's their opinion. Let's be honest. It's their opinion, so they're entitled to have it. But then that's just my hypothesis. But if they're out there admitting this, then that's exactly what we're doing here. So that's exactly what we're doing here. But guys, that is it, man. I'm gonna get on off here. I appreciate you all coming. Round of applause for everybody for stopping by. Go ahead and look at that poll. We'll go ahead and read that poll on Friday on what you all came up with on people, all this speculation about what Sony's doing. Just go to their press release thing, and that's it. Because you look trifle. I was told that Blue Point Games had been purchased, and that was going to be announced. Where's my announcement? Now, they may announce it tomorrow for all I know. I mean, I don't know. They may announce it tomorrow, but they haven't done it yet. Where's my announcement? You all said in June there was going to be a July event. Then in July, it was going to be an August event. Now it's like, oh, well, now they'll probably do it in August. I mean, now they're going to do, now they're going to, they're going to do a PlayStation experience because Sony re-trademarked the name. But You trademark the name so that other people can't use it. Okay? Other people can no longer, now nobody can use PlayStation Experience for anything. You have to go to Sony. Sony owns trademark. So if you try to say, if I would have try to call my podcast Trade PlayStation Experience or the PlayStation Experience, Sony would send me a cease and desist letter. Like they would send me a legal letter saying, yeah, you got to stop. Why? Well, I got to stop because, this is trademarked. That's why. So, but all right, guys, I got to go. That's it. It's noon. I'm going to get to gaming, play a little bit of everything. So, you all have a good one. Peace out. Play a little music. Get you all out of here. All right, then. Later, alligator. Peace.